Hey everyone. So it's been a while since I played a proper adventure game. I did some experimental stuff, did a few different things with a few other types of games, but what I've really wanted to get back to, and I think what a lot of you have been waiting for me to get back to, is adventure-style games. So here we go. Let's play a real adventure game for once, shall we? What I have planned today is an old game from, well, old is relative. It's a game from the early 1990s called Innocent Until Caught, or IUC for short. So let's just go ahead and start the game instead of talking too long. But just before I start the game, I want to say one thing about the sound. If you go into the setup program here, obviously, so you can press space here to choose the different sound options. Obviously, a Sound Blaster should be better than AdLib, but I have never gotten the Sound Blaster sound to work in this game. I did some looking online. A lot of people have problems with this. What you're apparently supposed to do is actually get the driver for your Sound Blaster card and put it in a place where the game can find it, which is something that hardly any game expects. Most games have their own drivers for Sound Blaster, but this game expects you to get Creative Labs' Sound Blaster driver and somehow apply it to the game, which is ridiculous. I mean, where are you supposed to get that? There are some places on the internet where you can find Sound Blaster drivers, but then they typically need to be loaded through a device line in the config.sys file, which DOS has, but DOS box does not. So theoretically, I could have set up an emulated DOS machine in some full PC emulator like Box or VirtualBox or something like that. But you know what? Just to keep things a little simpler, let's just go ahead and leave it on, not Roland, but AdLib. What you get with AdLib is the music. What you lose is the digitized sound effects. But I don't think the game has too many digitized sound effects anyway. If anybody remembers this game and remembers that it actually has really amazing digitized sound, which we're missing out on without Sound Blaster, let me know and we can try and see what we can get working. But all indications that I've seen are that the ad-libs that the Sound Blaster sound isn't that incredible anyway, and it's just everybody has trouble getting it working, so let's just skip it. So mouse control is fine, XMS obviously is okay, and then just ad-lib sound instead of Sound Blaster. So there we go. Okay, we are done with setting up the game. Let's go ahead and run Innocent Until Caught. Yeah, so take advantage of extended memory, and yes, so the manual for the game has, like, on every single page, it has this grid of numbers, and you have to find the corresponding numbers. So let's see. So we have page 27. Let me look in the manual. Page 27, and we want column 4. Row 5, which is the last row because each page has a 5x5 grid. So column 4, row 5, the number there is 8940. So 8940. There we go, correct entry, very nice. And we can enter game, which I guess means start the game or restore an old game, but no, let's go ahead and start a new game. And yes, it is from Psygnosis, who always had the coolest logo in my opinion, or one of the coolest logos. And that's the developer. So the game was developed by Divide by Zero and published by Psygnosis. Divide by Zero also has a pretty cool logo there, with the musical notes motif. This game also has fairly nice music. I do like a lot of things about this game. The presentation is great. As was typical for Psygnosis games, the graphics and sound are above average. They're generally pretty good. A lot of people didn't like the puzzles in this game. We'll see more about that later. The game does leave a few things to be desired in terms of story. But, oh yeah, Amiga code conversion. There was an Amiga version of this game as well. And funnily enough, I actually looked at a video of the Amiga version, and even the Amiga version seems to not have sound effects, or at least I didn't hear any sound effects in the Amiga video that I saw. digging this music. This music's pretty good. Alright, nice little credit sequence there. Chrono date 17,104.24, location the Tate system. Oh yeah, and this game also was notable for these kind of 3D modeled, pre-rendered cutscenes, which, you know, certainly don't look too impressive today, but back in 1993, there were not too many adventure games like this which had scenes like this. So now it looks, you know, typical for 3D modeling of that time. Everything looked kind of plastic. And yeah, here we go. This is what the in-game, who the heck owns this ship? You, come with me. Guess I'd better follow him. So, the game owes something probably to Space Quest in terms of the appearance of some things. Hurry up. But, lovely view, ain't it? Right, you're asking for it. Hey, Joe, give me a hand with this nefarious thief, will ya? Hey, I'm not nefarious. How can it be something that I can't even spell? In terms of a lot of things, I think the game probably owes more to Beneath a Steel Sky than Space Quest. Through that door, miscreant. Tell you what, I'll go through that door. So the game owes a lot to Space Quest, I think, in terms of its spirit of the protagonist and things like that. Hey, what's going on? But from the character movement, from the appearance of the characters, again, it owes a lot more to those virtual theater games like, Good morning, Mr. Lad. Who are you? What do you want? Turn the light on. We are from the IRDS, the Interstellar Revenue Decimation Service. Oh no, the taxman. You've been quite a busy man, Mr. Ladd. Hundreds of felonies, thousands of misdemeanors, millions of credits earned, and every one of them untaxed. Guy's gotta make a living. Nothing is above taxation, Mr. Ladd. You must pay us what is due. Klepto! Phew, he's got cold hands. Well, what have we here? A wallet containing 56 credits. Someone else's wallet empty. Some fluff stuck to a boiled sweet. Tickets to next week's ball game. A few credit cards and assorted names. Not really enough to pay the bill, is it? No, so just give me a fine and I'll be on my way. You just listen to me, boy. You've got 28 days to pay up or we'll hunt you down. Torture you a bit. Sell your vital organs. And then we'll kill you. Do you understand, scumbag? Sir, yes, sir! Yeah, so I never really liked this style of 3D modeling because everything looks so plastic. Everything looks like it's made of weird, shiny plastic. But that was the style of the day. You know, that was the state of the art back then. So this is Tate. What a dump. But it's the nearest planet with a bar. I'm not too happy about the speed of the text bubbles in this game because sometimes they go by way too fast and sometimes they take a little too long, but I'd rather have that than them going by too fast because sometimes I do have trouble reading them. So you can control them. If you come down here and click on status, you can change the bubble speed from you can change them from 1 to 20. The default is 9. I don't know. I don't want to fiddle around with this too much because if I make them last too long, it's going to get annoying. So let's try to live with this. If it really doesn't work out, then I can change this up a bit, but let's see. So yeah, sound effects have to be off because you don't get sound effects with ad-lib, but the music stays on. And this progress report shows you how much of the game you've completed, roughly. And this is your character. Obviously, this is us. We are Jack T. Ladd. That's the guy's name. And I think a running gag of the game is you never find out what the T stands for. So, This is how the game starts, with us here in this kind of like a, what's it called? I think the spaceport or the starport or something like that, which is basically like an airport except for spaceships, obviously. Now, it is in many ways a fairly standard point-and-click adventure game, but you get 6 icons here, which look similar to the ones that you'd get in a typical Sierra point-and-click adventure of the day, but there are a couple of things that they did differently here. First of all, notice the 2 hand icons. So usually Sierra games would just have one hand cursor, and you'd use that hand cursor for almost any interaction with objects. Here they did it a little bit differently. They have 2 icons here, or 2 cursors. This one, the first one, is for picking things up and moving them around. So like, for example, this inventory object that I have here, if I click on that with the hand, I can then move it around. I can try giving it to this guy, or using it on something. That's basically what that hand is for. The second hand cursor here with the finger sticking out, this is to use something. So the first one is to pick up, move, give, and then the second one is to actually perform some meaningful interaction with something other than just picking it up or moving it around. This is a fairly standard walk cursor. I mean, it works pretty much like the walk cursor in any other game like this. One thing that this game does that's a bit different is, if you see in the lower left here, this is sort of a map representation of the room that you're in, and these red lines represent exits. So what you can actually do is you can click on the exits here to get him to walk to the exits. That becomes useful sometimes because the game's logic for recognizing when you're trying to walk out of rooms is annoyingly bad sometimes. Sometimes, you'll try to click here or here to try to get out of a room, and he'll literally just like walk through the door, but the screen won't change. You'll still stay on the screen instead of going to the next screen as you intended to do. So, clicking on the yellow arrows down here on the map is sometimes a better alternative. It seems to work better. The talk icon is pretty standard. It works just like a talk cursor in any game like this. And then you have the eye and the magnifying glass. Now, the eye is used to identify objects. So when I move the eye around, see in the lower left it shows, kind of a zoomed in view of where I have the eye cursor. And it will pop up yellow text to show things that you can click on. Like that red thing there is a passport sitting on this bench here. That back there is a monitor. Here's the arrivals board. This is the customs officer, or official, which I guess is the same thing. And notice, if you move the eye over an object with yellow text on it, the icons at the bottom will start sort of wiggling and animating to show what you can do with this object. So with the customs official, we can talk to him, which is why those red lips are quivering, and we can look at him with the magnifying glass. So this is what a little bit different. In most Sierra adventures, you'd use the eye, you'd click the eye on something to get a description. But here, the eye just shows you, first of all, if something is an object that the game recognizes at all, and if so, what actions you can perform on it. So we can see here with the customs official, we can look at him and we can talk to him. We cannot try to pick him up or perform some action or manipulation or whatever with him. So the magnifying glass is for descriptions. So it looks a bit shifty to me. Well, I guess you need some people who are shifty, and then you need other people who are controlly, and other people who are alty. Let's try talking to him. Hold it just 1 second. You're totally clean. Oh yeah, some of the dialogue in this game is kind of funny. A lot of people don't like the dialogue in this game because they say it's too raunchy or too childish. Sometimes it is a little bit sexual, like there's a bit of a double entendre there, but overall I found it fairly amusing. I think the text in this game is kind of amusing sometimes. So I don't know, let's just be ourselves and say, but my mind is as dirty as ever. No, I mean, you didn't trip the scanner. What's so special about that? Nobody ever passes through without setting something off, either weapons, contraband, or obscene material. Everyone's got something to hide. Hey, I am obscene material, buddy. Well, I'm just a good guy, I guess. Pull the other one. Nobody is that good. Come on, really? Is there really nobody in the world who doesn't have contraband or something on them? I'm reminded of um, his code name was Agent Steel. I actually forget his real name, but there was some guy who was a friend of Kevin Poulsen, who was also like a hacker, freaker, credit card carding kind of crook like that. And I remember some interview with him where somebody asked him why people trusted him, like why he was entrusted with something, and his response was, "Perhaps I have an honest face." I thought that was, in the context, it was funny. I guess you'd probably need to know a bit more about who he is and what the context was to understand why it was funny. But I probably didn't tell the joke very well. Anyway, okay, let's just tell the truth. We've just been shaken down by the IRDS. Oh, you poor guy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. How much did they hit you for? I actually don't know. They didn't mention they didn't even mention a specific figure, did they? When I first saw the ads for this game, I thought it was one of those games like, if any of you remember the Three Stooges, I don't mean the actual Three Stooges, I mean the video game The Three Stooges, which is a game about trying to raise enough money to save the orphanage. And I think if you get, I think it's $5,000 that you have to raise in a certain number of days, and if you can get that much money, then you save the orphanage. So when I first saw this game, I thought it was something like that, where there's actually some amount of money that you can earn, and you can play different mini games or do different things to get certain amounts of money. But no, it's an adventure game, and so there's not really any specific amount that you have to get. There's just, some adventure game puzzle that you have to solve. So we don't even know how much we owe, and it doesn't really matter. I'll just say, oh, you don't want to know. Because we don't actually know anyway. Wow, that bad, huh? If you're interested, I know someone who could help. Oh yeah? You know somebody who'll give us all that money? Cool. No one can help me, goodbye. I'd rather help myself, goodbye. Yeah? Who? Well, there's this pawnbroker over in the bad side. If you've got the right skills, he can find you work. Oh? Thanks for the tip. See ya. And yes, we are in fact a master thief. Jack T. Ladd is a skilled thief. That is his trade. And actually, I can't get back to my ship. It was stolen in the first place. All right. I don't think we can ever go through this door, but it doesn't really matter anyway. So let's see, this X-ray machine. I don't think we can do anything with this. It scans your luggage for contraband, but we don't have any contraband. Oh, before I forget, why don't I take a look at this thing that we have in our inventory? What is this? This is the Oh, hell, I'll never pay this off. I should have moved the mouse over it first to see what it is. Yeah, so this is the tax bill. This is our tax bill from the IRDS. But like I said, they don't even tell you how much it's for, so it really doesn't matter. You don't need to know. You just need to solve the relevant adventure game puzzle, and then it's resolved. So as we saw, this thing over here is a passport, and it is so conspicuously placed that it's pretty obvious that we need to pick it up. So someone's left their passport lying about. Wonder how often that actually happens in real life. So let's go ahead and get the passport. Ooh, that tickles. That'll happen if Jack is standing in front of the spot that you want to click on. Obviously, we were not trying to touch Jack suggestively. We were trying to pick up the passport. So okay, let's take a look at this passport. It's a passport, but it's not mine. Oh dear. Okay, here's the arrivals board back here. Oh, they didn't announce my arrival. Wonder why. And these, yeah, I don't give information on space flights. Despite the fact that this is a flight terminal where ships take off and land, we'll actually never really need to come back here. We start the game here, but we don't actually need to do anything here. You'd think that you would need to catch a flight out of here later, but you really don't, as far as I know. Can we talk to this guy? Hello, I wonder if... Sorry, I can't stop now. I'm supposed to be meeting someone... What did he say? I'm supposed to be meeting someone somewhere near here. He's supposed to be meeting someone somewhere near here, but he's just walking around. I mean, why don't you go to the place that's somewhere near here if you need to meet them? It seems like you're just walking around like you have nothing better to do. I mean, it seems like you would have time to answer a quick question, but okay. It's just a bench. That's just a video monitor. Okay. Yeah, I think there's really not much else to do here. Just get the passport and then walk out. I don't know if you noticed, a yellow arrow popped up. Yeah, see, so when you first come to a place, the exits are not marked with arrows. I mean, they're kind of like you can see where they are, but a yellow arrow pops up the first time that you try to go through an exit. So, yeah. So this is the spaceport. It says spaceport. Yeah, I can see that. Great. Excuse me. Sorry, pal. What? Why'd you say excuse? I was standing over here. Why'd you say excuse me if you were going that way? Anyway, so yeah, there are these taxis that go by, but we never use them. And that guy went down here into the subway. Is he just gonna walk around back and forth here in the subway now? Oh man. Okay. This guy is a bit eccentric or whatever. Anyway, looks like psychedelic spaghetti. That's obviously the line plan or line map for the subway system. Ticket office. It looks shut. All right. What's this Big Brother's watching you thing here? More advertising. Okay. Can we go inside here? I don't think we can. I mean, it should be easy. In theory, it should be easy to just walk through these turnstiles. I mean, I don't even see any security here. I don't even see any cameras, unless... Wait, are these cameras? I don't know what these things are. But it seems like it should be easy to just jump over the turnstile, as people so often do in subways like this. But, yeah, see what I mean? He walked up the stairs, and in any properly made adventure game, the game should recognize at that point that you obviously intended to leave the room, but he doesn't. So, and you can try again. I mean, if you keep trying, eventually it will work. There we go. Or sometimes it seems like you have to click higher up on the exit. Why is this guy walking out here, man? This guy's just walking around aimlessly, and he complains that he has to meet somebody, and then he says, "Excuse me," when I'm standing in his way. Like, well, what do you expect, buddy? I mean, you're just walking back and forth like a. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's explore what else there is in this lovely city. Can I please? There we go. Oh, it's this one must be an artist because she's wearing a beret. I've got to have a drink. Alright, well, this bar seems like the place for that, but let's take a look at what we can see here. So back there's the spaceport where we came from. There's the moon of whatever planet this is. This probably isn't Earth, but whatever planet it is, it obviously has a moon, at least one moon. There's a window, a sign, posts, a lady of the night, and a pipe. So we've got lots of things that we can look at. It's a pipe. Well, that's very informative. Thank you, sir. I wouldn't like to leapfrog that. The moon? It's one of... Okay, so it's one of Tate's moons. Yeah, so this planet is called Tate, and it has apparently several moons. It's a spaceport. Yeah, he doesn't give especially detailed descriptions of things, does he? I guess this place belongs to Sam. All right. That sign looks so welcoming. We don't even have any money. We couldn't buy a drink if we wanted to. And the woman? I don't think she's waiting for a bus. Well, maybe she is. You never know. Maybe that's what she calls it. Can we talk to her? Hi. No, but I can be if you want. I meant hello. Oh, right. You looking for business, honey? Not the sort of business you mean, sugar. Oh, okay. Well, then why did you talk to her? I mean, guys try to be so sanctimonious. Like they'll start talking to prostitute and then say, "Oh, I'm not looking for your kind of business. No, I wouldn't do something like that." Well, then why are you talking to her, buddy? I mean, guys actually do that. I know because I live in a place where prostitution is legal, and so you... anyway. Okay, so speaking of prostitution, this appears to be a place where such women are commonly found. Am I going to have to censor this? Is YouTube going to mark this video as restricted because of... I really hope not. Anyway, let's see. What do we have here? Uh-oh, he looks tough. I love window shopping. What's this menu? Hey, this looks good. I'll have to pay this place a visit sometime. So apparently the, it says paradise. Yes, it does. I have fond childhood memories of those. So apparently this place has a menu like a restaurant, but I think it is not actually a restaurant. I guess we can try going in, but let's see what... Oh, there's a vagrant here. Can we, He's down on his luck, just like me, I guess. I guess we're both down on our luck, but the difference is that this guy is just sitting here doing nothing, and we're at least walking around reading the menu, doing useful things like reading a menu on a brothel. Yeah. I don't think he'll lend me any cash. Probably not. He'd probably ask for some. Alright, can we talk to this guy? Can I come in? Only if you can show me some ID. I can show you someone else's ID. So yeah, so if you want to show this guy your ID, you don't use this cursor. If you click this cursor on the passport, it's like you're trying to do something with the passport, but what we want to do is give the passport to the guy, so you use the first cursor here and then click the passport on the guy, thus. Come on. Here's my ID. Okay, Tracy, you can come in. You can come in. He actually bought it. Did the photo on the passport not... And I guess it's possible that the photo on the passport looks kind of like this guy, and so it was a close enough match that... I don't know. Anyway. Okay, oh yeah, there's definitely some stuff going on here. So, let's see, let's take a look around. So here we have a statue, there's the door, here we have a painting, another painting, the balcony with a lady up there, there's some curtains, more curtains, perfume on the table, another lady, books, a lamp on the table, an ornament on the table, another statue, and the madame. And here is the receptionist at her reception desk, and a lamp. So all kinds of stuff. We actually have a lot of stuff we can look at here. So let's try going from left to right. She may look stony-faced, but underneath there's a heart of gold. Really? Can we get gold from this if we try to open up the statue? No. Okay, so that's the door that leads to the street. Are all these descriptions going to be similarly unhelpful? Things like, it's a lamp. Oh, I called it. I didn't even know he was going to say that. I actually just kind of thought that he might, just based on his previous responses, he literally just says it's where they take the bookings. Well, come on, man, I can see that. I'm looking for a little more detail than that. Although, okay, to be fair, what can you say? It's a desk. I mean, what is there to say about it? It looks like it's made of blue marble, but I guess he's not going to start saying stuff like that. Now, that's the kind of art I like. Reminds me of my holiday snaps. She must work here. Well, I guess so. Leads to the upstairs rooms, and this, I guess, leads to some rooms, okay? I haven't got time to sit down. I need to earn more money than exists in the world. It's just some trashy perfume. It's a lamp, okay. Some kind of hood ornament, okay. Another woman who works here. I wonder if they're illustrated. Gosh. Another woman who works here. She must be the boss, yes. And what's this thing on the floor here? Ooh, that looks as if it could hurt. Oh, is that a, it's a cane. Oh, it looks like we can we take it? Yes, we can. Sometimes when you try to pick up something on the ground, your character will kind of look around to see if anyone's watching, which is what he did. So, like, that's why it took so long for him to pick it up. Before he picked it up, he actually kind of looked around. Oh, is somebody watching? So we can put the cane in the inventory. You've also probably noticed the inventory is quite free-form. Most games have kind of grid-based inventories where, you know, there's a certain number of slots and something just goes into the next inventory slot. But this inventory is pretty, it's pretty freestyle. You can put stuff on top of each other like this. You can arrange things as you want. You can make your own kind of grid and just be very neat and tidy and just set things one after the other like this. Or you can just jumble everything together if you just don't really care about being too tidy. So that's actually kind of cool. I like this inventory system. I like how you can just put inventory things wherever you want. Okay, let's see. Can we get a book? I don't need any more education in that department. All right. Can we pick up this hood ornament?
Hey, leave that alone.
Okay. What about the perfume? Okay, that we can take. All right. Oh yeah, and some things you can use, some inventory items you can use with this cursor. Like if you click this cursor on the perfume, see you get this cursor, and you can actually use this to spray perfume on things. I won't do that now, but you can if you can do it later. Let's see, can we turn on the lamp? No? Can we take the lamp? I don't need one, it's not that dark. All right. All right, fair enough. Can we take a look at this statue here? Hey, I know her. Personally. Can we talk to the woman? If I talk to her, she'll probably charge me. Yeah, I think we can only talk to the madame. Well, hello there.
Hi there, big boy. What can I do for you?
How's about a freebie? I just came in to admire the view. Say, you don't get many of those to the pound. Well, both of these sound like we came here to not buy something, like we came in to get something for free, which we probably do not want to suggest because I don't think you get much for free in these types of places. So let's try to make a colorful joke and impress the lady with our sparkling wit.
Too much looking will make you go blind. Can I interest you in something more?
You might at least buy me dinner first. Yeah, let's not say we have no money. Let's just say, yeah, buy me dinner first.
Hey, you're a pretty boy, but not that pretty. So what can I do for you?
Yeah, don't try to ask a prostitute out to dinner. I mean, they don't do that kind of thing. Not that I know this from experience, but you know, you hear about these things. How can I make some cash around here? I'm sure this is what guys go to brothels to ask.
Well, I don't think there'd be much work for you in here, but you should watch what you get involved with in this town. There's a syndicate that runs all the crime around here. You should steer clear of them.
I'm not a criminal. I want honest work, which is why I came to a brothel looking for work.
I don't believe that for a moment, but you could do me a big favor.
Oh yeah.
A while ago I had some financial difficulties, and I had to pawn an antique vase that's been in my family for ages, but I can't afford to repay the interest that miser Ebenezer is charging.
Okay, so I guess she wants her vase back.
I'd be really grateful if you could get it back for me.
Okay, get a vase back. That should be easy for a master thief like Jack T. Ladd. Sure, easy as pie.
Thanks, honey. I'll see that you're amply rewarded.
Okay, fair enough. So, let's see. I think I've interacted with pretty much everything here. Did I look at the... Yeah, she's the receptionist. Can I talk to her? She's too busy chewing to talk to me. Oh, yeah. Serious pixel hunt puzzle. This girl is, or woman, is chewing gum, and you don't even see, it's not even a pixel hunt, because you don't even see, I don't even see one pixel for it, but when she puts her gum on the desk, yeah, this doesn't even count as a pixel hunt because there's not even a pixel for it. There's just like a spot. There's like an invisible place where the gum is present, and you have to use the eye to see when the gum is there. So when she puts her gum down, like she's chewing it now, but she's about to put it down, and then quickly when she's put it down, can I get the gum? We actually need to get the gum. Don't ask me why. You need to get. Yes, you really do need to get this woman's. Yuck. There we go. That is this woman's used chewing gum. It's a piece of chewed gum. Don't ask why we need this. Just take my word for it. We will need this later. So yeah. Okay, let's get out of here and not because I'm uncomfortable with such things, but just because I don't want YouTube to flag this video more than it probably already will. And actually, speaking of YouTube videos, actually I've already been going on for well over half an hour, so why don't we go ahead and stop here. I'll call this the first video, and next time around we will explore more of this wonderful city with all its friendly people and wonderful sights and sounds that will welcome us into its depths. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that you'll join me next time when we explore more of this wonderful city on what was the planet called? Tate? I don't even know what the city is called. I guess the planet is called Tate, but I don't think they ever mentioned what the city is called. But anyway, this wonderful city with no name, with this wonderful restaurant where you can order all kinds of chewing gum. I'll see you next time, folks. Until then.